on
Part 2, episode 149.
I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37.
And I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Winnie. And if this is your first time watching us, thanks for stopping by. And if you're a return viewer, thanks for sticking around.
Yeah.
And for our shout outs this week, right off the top, we are doing 3 contest drawings at the end of this show. We are drawing for the completed Ravellenics project thread. We are drawing for our monthly stash busting knit along,
crochet along, yeah.
And we are drawing a prize for last week's show sponsor, Dancing Dog.
Gray.
2 Gray Dogs designs. Is Dancing Dog something?
It's Dancing Dog Dye Works. It's a whole different dye work.
Sorry, ladies. I don't know where that came from. Dogs. 2 Gray Dogs designs. So, stick around at the end of the show for the prize winners to be announced.
Yeah.
And it's Sheila's turn to go first.
So I have 2 projects that are actively on the needle, and one I'm hoping to get off the needle today. I was hoping I get it off today, so I'm finished with my second slipper, and this is all the weaving and other stuff I have to do, and right now I'm picking up to do the cuff. This is the Felted Clogs by Bev Galuskas, right?
Yep.
I never remember it. How many times have I done this?
I have to tell you every time. It's Felted Clogs by Bev Galuskas.
12, 15 times I've done this thing. I'm using Patton's wool and some other generic wools. I use 2 or 3 size 13 needles. And I'm almost done. This is one that I finished that's not felted. I think I showed that to you guys last week. It is big. And then hopefully next week I'll have a nice warm fuzzy pair to show you. So
yeah, and they'll be just like my mom's. Yeah,
a little different because I think I have brown mixed in with this.
Oh, yeah.
And I may make another pair. We'll see. Maybe next month I might make a pair. Take a month off. Then the other stuff that I worked on was the Sockhead Hat using Cicada Plymouth Italian collection, the Cicada. This is old. 45% cotton, 40% superwash wool, and 15% nylon. I bought this way when Fabric Place was open.
Oh, yeah.
A long time ago. And this is a cotton wool blend, and I'm doing black and red. And I got a couple more stripes done.
I know, looks good.
It's just mindless knitting. It's good. I take it to work. I didn't knit. I worked this past Sunday. I didn't knit. For one thing, I forgot to take my
I did this wrong.
darning needle with me.
Fudge.
Wrong color.
I just did the whole row wrong. Sorry. Go ahead. Just don't mind me.
I forgot to take my darning needle with me. I think I left it at work, one of my darning needles, so I didn't do it at my other job to finish the slippers, and then I wasn't in the mood to knit. Sometimes I get like that, do you?
Yep.
So, those are the only 2 active things I have on the needle. I think so. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh.
That was loud. Sorry.
That was my Kindle.
Oh, no. So, I forgot to bring one of my projects. I'm very disorganized today. I'm at Sheila's house, and I forgot, a bunch of stuff. And one of them was one of my active projects on the needles. So I'll show you what I do have. First of all, I finally cast on Star Leaves Shawl in the sparkle lace yarn base from Enchanted Knoll Farms, which I should ask her what the specifics are about this base because it feels really soft. I think it has cashmere in it or something really soft, don't you think? It's super soft. So this is I'm more than halfway done with the first section. It's hard to see, but there are beads in every little leafy thing on there. And there's sparkle, this is sparkle lace yarn, so there's stellina. And the beads that I bought are from Auntie's Beads. And they are clear crystal with silver in the center of the bead so that it makes it extra shiny. And this shawl takes about 900 beads if you do all of the beading. So
are you gonna do all the beading, or you're not?
I probably will. I don't mind beading because
well,
it's
the way you said it,
beading.
I wasn't sure if you were going to.
Oh no, I'm definitely gonna probably, unless it's really annoying. But I think it'll work really well. Yeah, I have not. I only worked on this for a couple of hours because I made a mistake on it when we were away for the weekend, and I have to tink back a couple of rows to fix it. Made a mistake right off the center.
Oh.
So you can see where I made the mistake. It's right there. So yeah, I just got to tink back to that place. But this is a really easy pattern to follow. It makes a lot of sense. It's easy to read your knitting. My problem is that I was chatting and talking, and I did not pay attention to what I was doing.
Good enough reason.
Yeah, so I have to tink back a little bit, and I just didn't want to do that on our trip because I was distracted. So that's what I have so far. It's going really well. I want to show you all the beads are placed using a where is my notions bag? Well, that's not good. Oh, here it is. All the beads are placed using a crochet hook. And I had a 1mm crochet hook that I bought for beading. And I found out when I started working that it was too big for the center of those beads. So when we went to Webb's this weekend, I bought a US 13/14, which is a 0.9mm. And it is, there goes my measuring tape. It is very tiny. Can see that could poke you.
Yeah,
this works great. So that's in my little notions pouch. I'll have to pick. Don't let me forget to get my tape measure off the floor later.
Oh, sure.
So that is Leaves Shawl by Jenny Johnson Jonan, and I'll quickly show you what it looks like. I have the hiccups now. It looks like this. And I am more than halfway done with that very first triangle section right in here. So it's coming along really well. And that is a wedding shawl for my friend Hillary, and it is in my Special Knitting's My Bag wedding cake bag, which I love. So that's coming along great. All right, so the other thing that I have on the needles is the Insulate Hat by Amy Vandelar. DELAAR, and this is what it looks like. It's hard to see with the colors on this pattern picture, but it has Daleks on it. And I bought the yarn at Webb's. Sheila and I had gift cards from 2 people, and we used those to buy some. And this is something that I bought with my gift card money. I bought 2 skeins of Madeline Tosh DK. One of them is in the Magnolia Leaf colorway. I think that's the browny greeny one, the orangey browny greeny one. And then the other one was in a color that I don't remember now, but I will run underneath. Oh wait, maybe it's in.
I thought you had your things.
I did. Magenta. I wouldn't call that magenta, but
this?
The purple, yeah, is
magenta.
No. That's what it says. I'm just saying.
It's called purple.
So this is Mad Tosh DK. Love knitting with it. It's going super fast, and I still have a ton left, so I might be able to make a pair of little mitts or something to go with it.
Yeah.
And I picked purple and orange because it will kind of go together with the Duotone Cowl, which is the third project that I have on the needles that I accidentally left at home today. But I will show you what it looks like. That's really too bad, too, because I was going to finish it. Duotone Cowl looks like this. And it is by Orange Flower Knits. I think that's the name of it. I always forget. Orange Flower Yarn. Sorry, Orange Flower Yarn is the designer. And I am knitting it out of Mad Color Fiber Arts Swoon Base in the Campfire colorway and Cascade Epiphany in purple. So it's also an orange and purple. The orange in the cowl is a little bit brighter than this, but I think
and the
it'll
purple's a little bit softer, isn't it?
Well, the purple's a little bit cooler It's more like the darker shade of this purple. This purple kind of does range from magenta to a true dark purple. So it's a darker, but it's close enough that they kind of can go together. And I'm just really into orange and purple right now. The complementary colors, I'm just really into them. So I'm happy with it. But yeah, I forgot to bring it with me, and I am almost done with it. I am in the middle of Kitchener-ing the two ends together. So that's pretty much it for my on the dance card.
On the dance card.
I did want to mention, I can't remember. We've had 2 telephone interruptions, just so you know. I can't remember if I said this before, but when I'm knitting the Insulate hat, I'm doing a knit along with my friend Mad About Matisse, also known as Denise.
Denise, Mad About
Super
Matisse.
D.
Super D.
Super D.
So, rate and date.
Rate your date.
I got nothing to rate. I thought I was hoping to have these, but I don't, so nothing for me.
Yeah, I was hoping to have Duotone Cowl, which is all it needs to do is have the two ends Kitchener together, and I'm halfway done Kitchenering the two ends.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was going to work on it while you were talking and hopefully finish it up by the time we got to Rate Your Date. So I'll definitely have that next week. It would help to finish it if I actually had the project here in my hands. So nothing to rate this week for me either.
No, I'm hoping to have at least 2 projects. We'll see. Future dates. Future dates. I really got to finish. I got the Clappy Tee I got to finish, which I started working on this weekend again. And I have a sweater, but I still always have to have something mindless at work. And I grabbed... Just in case, you know how when you pack to go away, you just pack a ton of knitting projects? Just in case. You never know. You think you're going to finish 5 of them. So I grabbed this yarn. It's not enough for 1 pair of socks. It's Miss Babs. And way back when we did the Podcaster Challenge, we got a little sample skein of Miss Babs.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I'm
I still
going to put the 2 together. For toes and heels, I think, on this sample. And just do a generic, maybe throw a cable in there. We'll see. But it's Miss Babs. This is the monochrome socks and toe. Miss Babs, the one that I'm using, I believe, is sport weight or close to it. So, Yummy Toes, that's what it's named. So, I don't know if these 2 will work together, but I'll try them. Cool. So this will be my next mindless project at work. Until I no longer have work, I suppose. That's all I got for future dates.
I only have, I'm not going to do any future dates for a while because my big focus is I need to get the wedding shawl done. I want to get the wedding shawl done before Marilyn's Sheep and Wool so I can give it to Lois when I see her so that her daughter has it. I don't want that to be an added stress. Like, is it going to be done? Is it going to be done? I want it to be done. So I'm going to focus on that over the next few weeks once I fix that little mistake I made. So, but I think that's going to go really quickly, so I'm not worried about that. Okay. But I do have a sweater. As I said, Sheila and I were gifted some money from 2 different people, and I had enough to buy that Malintosh hat and a little bit hat stuff and a little bit more. And so I decided that I was going to buy yarn to make another yoke design sweater, colorwork sweater, because I love my hero sweater so much. And I looked on Ravelry, and I saw this North Shore sweater. This is what it looks like. It's called North Shore by Tin Can Knits. And I had seen people make it before, and it had never really appealed to me. I don't know if it was just the colors that people were using. Even this one, these colors, I made it be all...
Oh, super magnified.
I made it super magnified. I don't know how to make it unmagnified. That's pretty, but I don't like them that much, so I wasn't really drawn to it. But there is a Raveler. I can't make this go away now. I would show it to you, but I can't. I can't even remember the name of the person. There is a Raveler on who did this that made it in these gorgeous colors. I don't know. I think it's pretty recently. It's one of the more recent ones. But that totally appealed to me. Like all of a sudden I saw that sweater in a different way. And I was like, I want to make it just like that. Well, I couldn't find exactly the same colors that she used, but it inspired me to find colors that were similar. And I'll show you that a little bit later. But I did use some of the gift card money towards buying yarn for that too.
But you didn't buy a whole sweater's worth, did you?
I did.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, because I didn't look at it.
I know, but I did.
Oh, all right.
It's because the yoke is taken up by
other colors.
That's why. I mean,
Maybe
when you look
why.
at this amount of yarn as a whole sweater's worth.
I suppose.
Yeah. So, yeah, but that won't be happening for some time. Maybe in the summer I might work on that. So that's it for my future dates.
Crushes and heartbreaks.
No.
Yeah.
First is
Whirlwind Romance.
nothing.
Then Crushes and Heartbreaks,
That's
Baubles and Blings, Gossip
Yep.
and Yellow.
Yeah, you skipped one. I'm just being thorough.
Yeah, well, you haven't had Whirlwind Romance in a while, so.
I know, but I feel like it should be mentioned. I still
Alright.
haven't spun. I've thought about it more frequently, but I've actually almost spun, but then I was like, I'm too lazy.
You just wanted another reason to talk.
Yeah, that was totally it.
Because I never talked during that one.
Yeah. Whirlwind Romance. Let me spend a lot of time talking about this. I did nothing. There you go.
Yeah, but if I skipped it, you wouldn't even say anything. So, anyways, Gossiping. No. Crushes and Heartbreaks. See, you screwed me up. We had a great weekend.
Yes.
Saw some good friends. That's my crush. Heartbreak was it had to get broken up early, but bad weather was coming, so she had a flight out. We didn't want her to get stuck.
Yeah, and we didn't want her to stress about it
No,
either.
absolutely not. And I came home to a decently clean house early. My kids were happy. My husband could have cared less, but that's him. That's my husband. Ouch. I think that's about it. I have really nothing.
Let's see. My crush was the weekend. After feeling so depressed for this winter, I really needed to have a good weekend, and we had a lot of fun.
We did.
We laughed the whole time. We barely slept. That was the only downside.
Yeah, I think I crashed on the couch.
Yeah,
No,
I was
couldn't
pretty
crash.
tired when we got home. I was sad that Denise had to go home early.
Yeah.
But it still was such an awesome time that it was totally worth it. And I really enjoyed going to Webb's, and Denise helped me pick out all the colors of yarn that I bought, so that was really good. She has the same taste as me. She's one of those people that are out there that have, like, they like the same colors as me,
Right.
and they have the same eye for color as me, and they like the same things together. Those people are awesome. The other person I know for sure, Witsnitz, if you're watching, she's like my exact taste twin. We like everything the same. Nancy Marzi, I think, too. And there are probably other people that I'm forgetting, but there are a lot of people out there that have the same exact taste as me, and whenever they buy something, I'm like, I really want that.
Oh, yeah, you said that.
Yeah. So that's my crush, having a great weekend and buying some stuff and hanging out, and we ate a lot of really good food this weekend, which was awesome, too.
We did.
And then my heartbreak is I got home. My house was trashed. My husband had not worked on my daughter's science project, which is due on Thursday. And he had not actually helped the kids complete their Pinewood Derby cars, which are also due on Thursday. And
she's doing that? What is she doing that for?
It's
for Girl Scouts?
It can be you and your family. No, it's for Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts includes a lot of family member activities now, and you can actually join the Boy Scouts if you're a girl, which is weird, but you can totally join the Boy Scouts if you're a girl. There's a girl in their troop.
All right.
So she's participating. So they both made them. Drove Denise to the airport, and then I came home, and then I drove my husband to the airport a few hours later because he is in San Diego this week giving a paper. And he is not going to be home until late Wednesday night. So now I have to clean my whole house, take care of my kids because I'm alone this week, and get my daughter's science project done because they didn't do anything on it, so I am responsible for getting the final board done and help them finish their Pinewood Derby cards, which I know absolutely nothing about. So that's my heartbreak. I had an awesome weekend, but I'm paying for it now. paying for it now, because if I had been home this weekend, I could have nagged a little bit and the stuff would have gotten done this weekend, and then we wouldn't be rushing to do it now.
Usually that's my husband. My husband is the one who does that.
So, but my other crush is my husband did finally buy me Cards Against Humanity as a little surprise while I was gone. Probably to apologize in advance for the fact that he left me with all this work to do. So I'm excited about that because that's kind of a fun card game, and it will be fun at our family game night with my brother-in-law and his wife. So that's it for crushes and heartbreaks.
Baubles and Blings. I have one Bauble and Bling. Actually, no, I guess I have two. So I bought some new knitting needles. I'm going to go through my stash of needles. I wish I did this before webs. I didn't buy any yarn. I didn't need any yarn. I saw some really lovely yarn that I said, oh, that's really pretty, but I have stuff in my stash that's just as pretty that I want to use. So I didn't buy any yarn. I did, however, buy a new pair of technically 2 pairs of size 13 needles for my slippers, because I do make those a lot. And I bought the Knitter's Dreams. There's one pair. Knitter's Pride Nova. This I bought a 32-inch size 13. This has to be returned because I don't need 32-inch. I need 16 and 24. So I bought 32 and 24. So I have to return this. So I will be making another trip to Webs within 60 days, according to the receipt.
Uh-huh.
And since I looked online they don't sell size 16 of 13s. So I'll look around and see if one of the other brands that they carry do. If not, then it will certainly not go to waste. I'll put it in, I'll return this, but I'll get a different size needle. So I want to look at my needle stash. I think I need a longer size 7 to do like a magic loop for a hat.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So I was close to buying the Cubits.
Yeah.
Circulars, but I used Chow for my socks.
Yeah.
And I didn't want another pair of 1.5 for socks. I have enough. So I put those back. I was very, very close. And then I am copying Denise.
Who isn't copying Denise? Denise is making this hat too.
She came in with this really nice bag, and I liked it a lot. And she said she got it at Target, so I got one too. I'm using this instead of my canvas bag. It's what I like about it. It's it's got a bag in here, but what I like about it, it's got a zippered center pouch.
Yeah.
Which is great for wallets, because I like to have my wallet in a zippered pouch so that I don't lose it. So this was a purchase. I bought this on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
And when I came home early and I didn't want to go back to my house.
Good for you.
I went to Target and then I went grocery shopping. So that is my Baubles and Bling.
My Baubles and Bling. First of all, I'm going to show you what I bought before we went away. So I think last week I told you I had been eyeing these Grime Guards on KnittingGeisha. KnittingGeisha's store on Etsy, and I actually broke down and bought one. My taste twin, Nancy Marzi, had one, and I was like, I'm going to get one. And the thing that I like about it is I can there's a lot of extra, I'll show you. It just slides on over here. I have a lot of extra material around this because it's a really big sampler, and I'm using an 8x8 Q snap frame. So what I like about this is I can kind of shove the extra cloth in there. And 2 things. It was getting really grimy from like sitting against me while I'm doing it and from handling it and everything. And also every once in a while I would accidentally put the needle through 2 layers of cloth. Oh. You know what I mean? Like I'd poke it through and I'd be like, damn, that went through 2 layers of cloth. So this totally prevents that from happening. And keeps it nice and clean. So that's number 1. That's from KnittingGeisha on Etsy. And had a little scare because my kids lost my my needle minder, but I found it. I'm actually using the back of the needle minder because my thread is on the back. Oh, okay. I just stick it on the back there. So yeah, loving it. Totally. This is a great idea. It's a really simple thing, but it works great. So I'm really happy with that. And I'm going to announce that at the end of the show, I have another one of these that we're going to do a contest for. So if you're a cross-stitcher, you're going to want to get into this contest to see if you can get your own Grime Guard. So that's cool. So that was number 1. I ordered that last week. I broke down after the show. I was like, I'm getting it, and I did. The other thing is what I purchased at Webs. I already told you that I purchased the yarn for this hat. So that was 2 skeins of Tosh DK. Then for the North Shore sweater, I bought enough to do. This is the 40th Anniversary Valley Superwash DK by Madeline Tosh. So it's like Mad Tosh, but it was dyed, and it's called 40th Super Desoteric. Super Desoteric. I don't know what that means. I guess it's esoteric is the color. So Super D. Super DK? I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, this was dyed for Webs exclusively by Madeline Tosh. So I bought, this is going to be the body of my sweater. And then the accent colors that I have are this blue. I should put them all together because they're really pretty. I have white in my stash that I'm going to use. So this is Cascade Yarns 220 Superwash. This is my Tosh DK. This is for the trees, and it is Classy in the Emerald Darkness colorway, which is a little bit heavier than I needed, but I'm just going to work with it. Okay. This is Charcoal Superwash DK for the mountains.
So which is the main color of the sweater? This right here?
Yes.
Okay.
So this will be it. They'll be white, and then there'll be these trees. And the trees are going to be really dark against the mountains, which is what I especially liked about the one that I saw online. The trees were really subtle. It didn't like scream giant trees on my chest. It was more subtle because of the variegation. So I chose this yarn because it's dark.
Okay.
So it'll be pretty, and then the part that does stick out will really pop against that charcoal. So I think it'll be really nice. But I do want to wait to do it until I have a lot of this other stuff. Fuse Cardigan is still on the needles. I didn't mention it before, but that has to be off the needles before I do another sweater. Fuse Cardigan is still in the naughty closet. It'll be back after my husband gets back because I don't have that much left to do. I'm like here. Mm-hmm. I just have to lay it out and figure out what I did wrong before I keep going. So that is all my Baubles and Bling. Wait, didn't I buy something else this weekend? Just candy?
I think just candy.
Yeah, just candy.
We
went to the candy store. It was fun.
Yeah, we didn't buy anything else.
So that's all for my Baubles and Bling.
Gossip and innuendo.
Gossip and innuendo. Well, off the top, we still have our list of events going on the show notes, which are on the blog. So if you are interested in seeing the events, they're in there. I put where we're going, but there are events that are local to us and events that we're going to, basically, over the next, through November. Yeah. From now through November. So I think the next event coming up that I'm planning on going to is Connecticut.
When is that?
April. That's right before Maryland.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm probably going to go to Connecticut. My mom might be here, so if you can't go with me, maybe my mom will go.
Just have to talk to hubby.
We'll see. It's just a day trip.
Yeah, I know. We took it last, yeah.
But we're planning on trying to go to Connecticut. So I think that's the next one on the horizon. But there's other stuff going on in there, too, that I'm not going to. Oh, I forgot to mention, in my Baubles and Bling, I also got these Rosary Realm stitch markers with my little package. Aren't they cute? They're nice and big. Good for sweater knitting. Yeah. So I will be putting those in too. Sorry, forgot to mention that. The other thing that I want to talk about in Gossip and Innuendo is what's been going on with the whole iTunes situation. Oh, yeah. I have been trying to keep it updated in the blog. As everybody knows, last month Blip announced that they were no longer going to distribute to iTunes, which made me understand distribute as they're not going to push our feed to iTunes anymore. And they told us that we needed to set up an RSS feed separately and submit it to them, and they would switch it over. So we did that, and we found out how to get the right information to the RSS feed from Blip. I was on a Apple community support group trying to get help with some trouble I was having setting up the feed. And the owner of another hosting site, a web hosting site, told me that my setup was not going to work because not only was Blip not distributing anymore, that they were not going to allow any direct downloads of media from their website. They were only going to allow their media that they have to be streamed through their players or on YouTube. That's very different. Direct download is when someplace like iTunes has a link and they suck the media down and put it on your Downcast or whatever. That's not happening on Blip anymore. This is what the guy said. I did not believe him because that is not what the letter that we had said. And I told him I didn't believe him, and he told me to he gave me the email address for Blip support. So I did. I wrote to them, and they wrote back and told me that they were not going to be allowing direct iTunes. They were blocking all direct downloads from iTunes. That is what they said to me. And I said, well, I wish I had known that longer ago because I have to come up with a plan for where to host my MP4s. Like, that was not clear to us at all. So then I wrote back and said, if you're not allowing direct downloads by iTunes, are you allowing direct downloads by anyone? Because that's what the guy had said, all direct downloads. Right. Streaming only is what their model was going to be. This is what this host guy was telling me. And then they came back and told me, yeah, it's only streaming from now on. We're not allowing anybody to direct download our media. So that was not what I understood from that. So then I wrote back again. So now this is the third one that I've had with them. And I said, am I still going to be able to download our media directly? Because we have all of our files stored on that host because I just don't have enough disk space on my laptop or on other drives that I have to keep all of that media at home. And I've been moving it over to YouTube, so it's on there too. But, you know, there's still like 60 shows that I don't have. And there's a couple of them that the connections are bad. So I don't even know those 2 shows might be lost. So they wrote back and said no, that the producers would still be able to do direct download from their producers page of the files that are stored. So that kind of put me, I found all this out on Thursday. I think it was Thursday of last week. Wednesday or Thursday. I had to find a new host for our MP4s, and I have done that. I have put them on archive.org. I put a rough, tutorial of how I switched over. I used a really nice walkthrough with photographs and everything from Sockhead Hat Zombies, Megan, and I linked to that. She did a technical walkthrough, and that shows you how to put the RSS feed and the MP4 file information into your either Blogger or WordPress blog. And I got a tip from the Geeky Girls Knits, one of the hosts of Geeky Girls Knits, and she told me that you could host on archive.org for free, which I've done. The only downside is that Amy, who is Froggy Monkey from Knitting in Circles, found that the link that we're using is to the direct part of the storage system at archive.org where the media file is stored. That's where they pull the data from. And if they ever change, if a server ever goes bad or they need to move files around, that link could change. Oh, okay. So it's possible that at some point, if they do storage or moving stuff or, tightening everything up, that the link could be broken. So I just want to tell people, if you find a show on iTunes from now on and the link is broken, please contact me. I will go to that page on archive.org and I will fix the link with the new link. There will be a new link. A lot of people have mentioned that it could happen. I found a couple of things. It's really difficult to find good information on archive.org about their stuff. But I don't know how often it actually does happen. So let's keep our fingers crossed that it's rare. And if it does happen, like I said, send me a message on Rav and I will go into archive.org and fix it. And for now, that is how we're handling this problem. I'm still in the process of moving everything that I can over onto YouTube, because we didn't always distribute to YouTube. We do now. I've actually stopped allowing Blip to distribute to anything for me. I do all of our YouTube distribution myself by hand because I want control over it. I don't want to have to
be in a similar situation
ever again. I'm just gonna, I don't know if that could happen even with YouTube, but I'm in control of our YouTube account. I put the stuff on it. Blip is not responsible for that. Because I have to say, and Blip did do a nice thing. After I spoke with them, they announced that they were keeping direct download open until March 7th. I think a lot of people did not understand their message, which I'm just going to say it straight out. I think it was purposefully vague.
Right.
I really wish that they had been more open about what they were doing and just said we're going to streaming only. And if they had just said that, it would have given everybody much more time to work on it, and I would have felt much less bitter towards Blip. Based on what's been going on with them over the last year and a half, I just feel like eventually we're going to get kicked off.
Yeah.
I just don't see them as being... I don't know what they're trying to do, but whatever it is, I don't think that it works with us. I just feel like I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. So by doing all this stuff, I'm ready for that. And if we have to move to a new host, and I'm always looking for a new host, an affordable host or a free host where I can move our media and where I can have total control over it, because I'm tired of having to scramble to respond to the stuff that Blip keeps doing to everybody. I'm tired of it. I don't want to have that stress in my life. Between the time that I started doing the stuff and then I found out all this new information, I worked several hours a day for almost a week on setting our blog up so that we could keep our iTunes account, because I know a lot of people stream through that, and it's just not worth the aggravation. No. The great news is now I know all this stuff about RSS feeds and distribution and all sorts of things that I had no idea about before. But I want to be in charge of it. So hopefully we'll find another solution. I know that Hippie Penguin, who has a podcast, her significant other is trying to start up a site that would do that and that would have hosting. And if you're watching this, I really hope you're working hard on that, because I am ready to get the heck away from Blip. I'm done dealing with their drama. I really am.
Yeah.
It's killing the joy. I love doing the podcast, but I do not like doing all the technical stuff that it requires. I do not like. I want that to be over with. So we just wanted to keep you updated with that. There's always going to be a post for the next little while. There is going to be a thread called iTunes in the Ravelry group, and if you have a problem with your iTunes, you can also post there. I also will continue to update people as Blip keeps throwing more curveballs at us, because it's like they like to do it every 6 months or so.
Yeah.
Just be like, now if you record, you have to stand on one leg. Now if you record, it has to be with a yellow lens. It's just it nonstop. I'm just waiting for them to tell us, now if you record, we're not going to convert it to anything. And just, so now you have to do these other settings. It's going to take me even longer to do it. It's one thing after another.
Basically, they're telling us they don't want us on anymore.
Well, I just think that they are trying to weed out people.
People who aren't serious.
It's like thinning the herd.
Yeah.
They're just knocking you down. First, they randomly took off a bunch of people, and now they're only the strong shall survive. It's like Survivor, Blip Survivor. But I don't want to play anymore.
We're going to take our ball and go home.
We want to take our ball and go home. So we're working on that. But we'll stay with Blip. As I told the guy, I said, I appreciate you. They were very nice once I asked them specific questions. Notice how I had to ask them 3 separate questions to just get all of the information.
I know.
I did say that, we were happy that they were streaming us and everything, but I would like to have more control and not have to worry about this every time. And so I'm looking around. I'm actively looking for an affordable situation that gives us the control that we want.
Right.
So we'll see.
Because to pay $30 some odd a month is not affordable for us.
I know some people pay that and they don't mind, and I think that's great. That's not something that would work for us.
Mm-mm.
And we don't want to have that situation happen. And we do have a lot of media that streams, so it would be an expense. So we're looking. There are a lot of different things that we can potentially do. And if anybody has any ideas, let me know. I did try to get on Podcast Garden, but they never emailed me back.
Oh.
So I don't know what's up with that. If you are on Podcast Garden, maybe you could tell me why.
Maybe you need an invite or something.
Maybe, I don't know. I was supposed to get an email for me to join, but they never emailed me back.
Mm-hmm.
Sad face. All right. And now that ship, I'm like, whatever. I already moved on to archive.org for that at that point.
So we're done.
So we're done with that. Anyways, now we'll go ahead and we'll do the prizes.
So the first prize is for the 2 Gray Dogs design yarn.
Yay.
And what it was is you put in what you liked, and hopefully they will give you your choice.
Yep, you get to choose what you like from their store, and they will send you the prize.
We did the random.org number generator, and number 46 came up, which is Snooks.
Hi, Snooks.
And I didn't go to anyone's site to see your real name. I apologize. Normally I do that. So Snooks liked the first skein, a skein on the first page, which may not be there anymore in the sense of first page. It was gray with the orange through it. So hopefully you'll get that.
I will be giving Snooks' information, her Ravelry name, and her contact information that I know from a Ravelry page to 2 Gray Dogs Designs, and they will be contacting you to work out you getting your prize.
Great.
Yay. So thank you for participating in that. We really enjoyed doing a sponsorship with the 2 ladies from 2 Gray Dogs.
Yeah, they have some really nice
stuff. If you have, and they asked me if they could put a code with a discount.
Oh, all right.
In our group. So if you're a group member, you will be getting a discount code. So if you saw something you really liked and you didn't win, now you get a discount code.
Do we know what the discount code is?
I think it's 15%.
But do we know what the code is?
No. She's going to put it in our group.
Oh, all right.
So check in our group for the discount code.
So the next prizes we're giving is for the Ravellenics.
And what we're giving is a beautiful bag from the Plover Bird.
It's really pretty.
It's beautiful. It is white on the inside. It has an inside pocket.
It's drawstring and 2 little handles.
Drawstring with one of these little like squeezy things to keep it shut.
And drawstring, 2 handles.
2 handles, so you can also carry it. And it got elephants on it. Very cute. Paisley elephants.
It reminds me of like the sugar skulls, but with the elephants.
Yeah, paisley elephants. Very pretty.
So the winner of that, random number 8, Rose Bob. She was in the cross cowling event, and she did a beautiful cowl. And
now she has a project bag, so the next time she does a project, she can be happy with her little Plover Bird bag. I love the little tag on this. It has a plover on it. So that's going to Rose Bob. Let me have your pen momentarily. This is how we keep from forgetting what we are giving away. I just write the name of the person who won on the bag.
So Rose Bob, why don't you PM me your snail mail address?
Yes.
And I will get it sent out.
So we can mail it to you. So that's number 1. Number 2, we are drawing for the February stash busting thread, and I will try to remember to put a March. Actually, why don't you put the March stash busting thread in, since I'll probably just forget.
I'll do it tomorrow when I'm at work.
Yep. So we'll open a new thread for that, and it's going to be the same rules as this time. But we drew a name for that one. It was number
161, Allison J.
And I think Allison J won last month, so this goes to show you that if you keep on entering, you could win multiple prizes.
And she did a little pig stuffed doll that she used yarn from a couple of years, like over a year old.
Allison J is getting 2 skeins of Koigu KPPPM. That's like their super, super, super good sock yarn, and it is in dye lot 832. I don't know what the name is, but it's really pretty.
It is pretty.
That's enough to make a pair of socks.
Yep. Or another
Koigu. Koigu is the... I said Koigu.
Yeah, you did.
And this was kindly donated by Barb Nell.
Yay.
So thank you for donating a prize. Allison J, get in touch with us because you have more yarn coming your way.
So right now, and that. Yeah.
Well, I have to do the contest. Yeah.
Well, we have. So what we're going to do is we're going to have one contest for the March Knit Along Crochet Along with Stash. That has to be over a year old. 6 months.
Same rules as before. We'll post the thread. The rules are in the thread.
And then we have another contest.
Yes.
We're gonna do.
Now, when I ordered my beautiful stitch, my Grime Guard for my cross stitching, the lovely Nicole from KnittingGeisha sent me an extra prize, and it was all beautifully wrapped and everything. But I unwrapped it so I could show you what it looked like. Sorry, it was beautifully wrapped. You're going to get your own Grime Guard. That's what they look like before you put them on.
Now, what does this fit?
This fits an 8-inch Q-snap like this.
Will it fit a round? Do you know?
I probably think it would fit around like an 8-inch round. Mm-hmm. I don't see why it wouldn't.
Just throwing it out there.
It will probably fit sizes slightly smaller than 8 or slightly like round. You could use it on a round. I don't think it would fit anything much bigger than 8x8 square because it works pretty well. It's really cute. This has frogs and turtles and snails on it. It's really cute. And it will guard your cross stitch from grime. And it also comes with its own little rosary realm stitch marker. And I'm sorry that I ruined the beautifully rapidness of it, but I thought it would be more fun for everybody to see what it was that they were competing for. So yes, you will get your own Grime Guard if you go into the thread and tell me what you're cross stitching or what you would cross stitch if you had the Grime Guard.
Right.
So,
but we'd really like this to go to people who are actually cross stitching.
Yeah, so I'm sure only people who are cross stitchers
obviously I wouldn't enter because I can't enter into it.
If you're a cross stitcher,
this doesn't appeal to me because I'm not a cross stitcher.
Right. I love it. I think this is
right.
This is just perfect. I'm like almost kicking myself that I didn't think of this because it's such a simple and nice idea, and it now I don't have to worry about all the grime because it does get grimy. Also, just when I put it in my bag,
right?
You know, like every time it rubs in the bottom of the bag, this is going to keep it all nice. So yeah, I'll set the thread up, and you just tell me what you're working on, or what you would be working on if you had a Grime Guard. And you can also check out Nicole's store at KnittingGeisha, which I'll run across the screen on the bottom on Etsy, because she sells also bags and other things. She's not just cross stitching.
Can you get your needle keeper from her?
No, that was from no, I'm not going to be able to remember.
Sorry.
A Free Spirit is the Ravelry name user. And I can't remember her store name, but I'll run it underneath here too because I love my needle minder from her too. I use those things a lot. So, yeah, I do have a bag from KnittingGeisha. Okay. She has donated prizes to us before. But this was super nice. She just stuck it in with my thing.
Thank you very much.
We'll have that thread on the side. This is going to be a short episode this week because I know we're cutting out at least 20 minutes. At least 20 minutes.
So we just didn't have any finished objects to share with you guys. So we apologize.
Are sidetracked. I think part of it was because we went away this weekend and that we were
playing catch up at our own home stuff.
Yeah, and we just didn't get as much knitting done as we normally do.
Nope. So
making faces.
Thanks for watching. Again, if you're a new viewer, thanks for staying with us and checking us out. If you're a returning viewer, thanks for watching us each week. We really do appreciate it. You can find me on Instagram. Somebody asked. I am Knit1 Sheila.
And I'm Knit1 Wendy on Instagram.
I do post some things on Instagram, like some of my finished objects. So if you're interested in that, that's fine. Otherwise, I really don't post that much in general on any social media. I post more often than Sheila does on Instagram, but again, I'll go sometimes several days without making a post. One of the main reasons is I only have an iPad to post, so
I have an iPhone, so if something strikes me, I'll post it on there.
Yeah, someday maybe I'll have an iPhone, but not right now.
Someday. I'm getting a new iPhone.
I
Yes, my contract is up this month. I'm getting a new iPhone. I am very excited.
Yeah, I found out I had to pay $275 for a trip for Max, so I'm not getting anything.
Aww.
No, it's good for him, though, because he gets to go to Lake George.
That's really
Orange
nice.
Violin.
That's really nice.
Yeah. So anyways, thanks for watching us. Have a good week.
Knit with heart. Bye.